Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. It's back after a one-year absence, my annual year-end college football playoff edition of the show. And now, the first college that I'm covering right now, out of the 4 schools that are in the college football playoff, is the University of Georgia. It's located in Athens, Georgia, and this is a University of Georgia Comic Hero tee. And here on the right sleeve, you have the secondary logo, and here on the left sleeve, you have the main logo. Now, if you would like your very own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $20. And I want to congratulate head coach Kirby Smart, the players, the coaches, and the University of Georgia as a whole. And good luck tomorrow in your game. Now, this isn't the only shirt that I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear 3 more. I'm going to wear another one in the next segment, and I'm going to wear another one in the Comically Speaking segment, and I'm going to wear another one in the Comic Books I Bought This Week segment. Now, I hope y'all like that cool thing that I did at the very beginning. I'm going to do something similar to that at the very end. So, those that have watched this show for a while, and y'all have seen what I've done with the college football playoff episode in years past, or episodes in years past. Apologies to every English teacher I've ever had. Y'all know what to expect. And yeah. Oh, and also, this is the last episode of 2022. And next week I'm doing an episode, the first episode of 2023, so tune in to that. But for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, before I give away a free t-shirt, this is the second shirt that I'm wearing. This is the University of Michigan, located in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Their football team went undefeated throughout the season, and they are going to the college football playoffs as well, and they have a game tomorrow. And congratulations to head coach Jim Harbaugh, the players, the coaches, and the University of Michigan as a whole. And good luck tomorrow. All right. Now, last week's episode, I asked, which legendary actor was originally casted to play the Joker in Batman the Animated Series before Mark Hamill? Well, the correct answer is Tim Curry. And 15 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Karen Harris from West Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Karen. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a S.H.I.E.L.D. question. Which country... Oh, by the way, S.H.I.E.L.D., that's in Marvel. Which country did S.H.I.E.L.D. begin its operations in? Now, here are the hints. The first hint is that this country is located in Northeast Africa. The second hint, this country connects Northeast Africa to the Middle East. The third hint, the Nile River flows through this country. The fourth hint, and this is kind of a dead giveaway, Cairo is the capital of this country. And then the fifth and final hint, and I just thought I'd just throw this one in for free. Nights Over Blank by the Jones Girls. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show, the first episode of 2023. All right, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features the fastest man alive in the comics going up against one of the fastest characters in the video games. Representing DC, we have The Flash. And representing Mortal Kombat, we have Cabal. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call... The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's The Flash versus Cabal. The Flash possesses immense superhuman speed, agility, and reflexes via the Speed Force aura conduit, Speed Force absorption, negation, and empathy, air manipulation and temperature manipulation, intangibility and invisibility via the molecular vibration at high velocity, time travel and dimensional travel via superluminal speed, energy transformation, light projection, accelerated healing, enhanced perceptions and senses, time manipulation, sonic shockwave projection, genius level intellect, and is an advanced hand-to-hand combatant and expert chemist. Cabal is a Goju Ryu style fighter who wields a hook sword and possesses extraordinary strength and superhuman speed. Who would win? As any bloodthirsty Mortal Kombat character would do, Cabal would strike first and hard. He would deliver a series of punches and kicks to the Scarlet Speedster. Then, out of an act of arrogance, the former would simply toy at the latter. What Cabal doesn't know is that the Flash possesses accelerated healing and begins to heal from the more serious injuries he's suffered thus far. As he heals, the Flash begins to study all attributes of Cabal, including anatomy. Then Cabal hears the words, "Finish him." He conjures up all the speed and strength he has and attempts to end the fight with the Flash, but the latter charges up a near-lethal amount of lightning in his hand and ends the fight by delivering a lightning-enriched heart punch. The Flash wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, D'Angelo Ballou, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll have another one for episode 430. Now, y'all know my rules if y'all want to make a request. The first rule is that it has to be a comic book or manga character. Well, one of them have to be a comic book or manga character, rather. The second hint, they can go up against another comic book or manga character, or a video game character, or a very serious-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime, Voltron, Lion-O, any member of the Silverhawks, or even any member of the Centurions, anyone like that. But make sure that your fight makes sense. It really wouldn't make a lot of sense for, I don't know, Captain Marvel to go up against, Betty Brant. Just saying. Alright, now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Okay, before I go on with Comically Speaking, this is the third shirt that I'm wearing. This shirt represents TCU. Now, TCU stands for Texas Christian University. It's located in Fort Worth, Texas. Their mascot are the Horned Frogs. And they had a great season. They're going to the college football playoff. They're playing tomorrow. And congratulations to head coach Sonny Dykes, the players, the coaching staff, and the university as a whole. And go Frogs. All right, there's only one thing I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and that's the news of a brand new Superman series in February that's going to be written by Joshua Williamson with art by Jamal Campbell. Now, I really can't say what's going to happen in this book, but it's definitely going to spiral out of Action Comics number 1050, which happens to be one of the books that's going to be featured in comic books I bought this week, coming up next. But what I can tell you is that I love this creative team. I mean, one thing is, I usually like to say that I would wait till a book comes out and then I decide. But judging by the work that both these guys have already done, I mean, pairing these two up together, that this is probably going to be one of the best runs that I've ever read on any Superman book in the past 20 years. And I've been collecting for a long time. And I have a quick story I want to share with y'all in a minute. But Joshua Williamson, I mean, he blew me away with his run on The Flash, which began in 2016. And then on Detective Comics briefly. And now he's coming to Superman, going to take on the Man of Steel. And then Jamal Campbell, I have loved his artwork ever since Naomi Season 1. I mean, he blew me away with that one, and then he blew me away again with Season 2. And, I mean, he is a very, very, very gifted artist. I think this is going to be one of the best runs of any Superman book in the past 20 years. Now, I've read a lot of comics. I've been reading for a long time. As a matter of fact, a week ago today, and I forgot to mention this on last week's episode, a week ago today marks 25 years of reading and collecting comics. And I like to tell this story every once in a while. I'm going to try to be brief with this, but I remember the day, I believe it was a Monday. My dad took my sister and me to do some last minute Christmas shopping. We were picking out gifts for my mom. And we were at Pierre Bossier Mall in Bossier City. We had just gotten done, and I asked my dad if I can go to Walden Books. Now, this was back when malls were cool. Malls are kind of like ghost towns now. I mean, you barely see anything in there now, but back then, they had bookstores. They had Walden Books. I went in there, and I said that if I ever start reading a book, it would be anything Superman related. So there was this one shot that I found. It was called Superman Red, Superman Blue. This was back when he had those electromagnetic powers. Now back then, this was at a time when, you know what, I was very open-minded, but I was also young and stupid. And I thought him having electromagnetic powers is pretty cool. But then as I got older, I started realizing that was a very bad idea. But I'll never regret buying that book, because that was the spark that ignited a 25-year flame that is still not gone out. Now, I've read some good books and I read some bad books. You know, I usually say this when I get to a milestone in terms of the number of comics, but I just want to say, you know, I read some good books, I read some bad books. One thing I never regret is this hobby. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to Superman #1. It's coming out in February. Joshua Williamson writing, Jamal Campbell doing the artwork. All I have to say is up, up, and away! All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, before I go on with comic books I bought this week, this is the 4th shirt that I'm wearing, and this shirt represents the Ohio State University. It's located in Columbus, Ohio, and the Buckeyes have had a great season and are playing in the college football playoffs. So congratulations to head coach Ryan Day, the players, the staff, and the university as a whole. Now, also making its debut on this episode is awesome comic hero book stand that my sister, the world's greatest sister, Gabrielle Nunley, got for me for Christmas. Gee, I love you. I love this gift. I hope anyone that's watching this loves this as well. This is going to be a staple on the show from here on out. And I'm telling you, I have the world's greatest family. I mean, my family is always there for me. They've been diehard supporters of the show since day one. Period. All right, now time for comic books I bought this week. Now, first up is Action Comics number 1050. Oops. Still trying to get a hang of this. Bear with me. All Out Avengers number 4. The Amazing Spider-Man number 16. Captain America Symbol of Truth number 8. Detective Comics number 1067. The final issue, folks. New Mutants number 33. She-Hulk number 9. Strange number 9. Thunderbolts number 5. Tim Drake Robin number 4. And finally, Venom number 14. Alright, that's 11, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 11,787. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode, the final episode of 2022. And here's the free question for a free tee for next week's episode, which is the first episode of 2023. Which country does S.H.I.E.L.D. begin its operations in? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this country is located in Northeast Africa. The second hint, this country connects Northeast Africa to the Middle East. The third hint, the Nile River flows through this country. The fourth hint, Cairo is the capital of this country. And the fifth and final hint, and this is one I'm throwing in for free for all you music nuts out there, I don't know because I'm one of them. Nights Over Blank by the Jones Girls. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Karen Harris from West Monroe, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this week's episode. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. Now, on next week's episode, this is going to be the first episode of 2023. I'm going to wear a Comic Hero tee in observance of that, so stay tuned. All right, on episode 430, I'm going to show some love to the college football national champs. Now, whoever wins these two games that you're about to watch today, they will play each other on January 9th, and that's for the national championship. I'm going to show some love whoever wins the national championship on this episode. I'm going to wear one of the 4 Comic Hero tees that y'all have seen on this episode. And by the way, if y'all would love to have one of your very own, you can find them on my website, imthecomichero.com, for $20. All right, on episode 431, I'm going to raise awareness of birth defects. Now, there are a lot of things about birth defects that a lot of false truths about them, and a lot of stuff about it that's taboo. On that episode, I'm going to address them, and I'm going to inform y'all on the severity of this and other info. And then on episodes 432 through 435, I'm celebrating Mardi Gras, y'all. This table is going to be decked in Mardi Gras decor. I'm bringing back the Mardi Gras tree for all you folks that have been watching for a while. Y'all know what the Mardi Gras tree looks like, and it's back. I'm definitely going to bring it back, and also I'm going to wear Mardi Gras themed Comic Hero tees in observance. And one thing that a lot of folks don't know about Mardi Gras is that the 3 colors, which are purple, gold, and green, represent 3 different principles. Now, for those of y'all who don't know what Mardi Gras is a carnival season that we celebrate here in the South. But I don't care what anyone says. No one does Mardi Gras like the state of Louisiana. Period. So, yeah. Well, this is the final episode of 2022. And I'm not going to look back on anything because there's no looking back. You can only remember back. No, because sometimes when you look back, and I've said this before, you tend to get stuck there. So don't get stuck. Always move forward. Always, you can remember what happened, but always move forward. Don't allow yourself to get stuck. And I love this thing that my sister got for me, and I want y'all's opinion on what y'all think about it. Honestly, although really, but I mean, this is my show, but anything that y'all say does not fall upon deaf ears with me. Honestly, I love it. It's going to be a staple on of the show for episodes to come, and I'm really excited. I'm also really excited about what this new year is going to bring. All right, I'm Victor. Also, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on The Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 429, the first episode of 2023. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and go Dogs. Go Blue. Go Frogs. Go Buckeyes. Sayonara 2022. See you next year.